Hey there, this is Joey Randazzo with SEO Growth Partners. This video is all about the top mistakes that dispensaries make when it comes to doing SEO. So I want to jump into the first mistake that they make, and that is not properly filling out or comprehensively filling out their Google business profile. So a Google business profile, previously known as Google My Business, is a huge factor that allows you to rank here. This is beachfront real estate on the internet. This is where a lot of the magic happens. So whenever anybody does a local search, cheapest dispensary in Portland, dispensary near me, best dispensary in Portland, the Google local pack is going to show up 99.9% of the time. If you don't believe me, give it a shot. Do every variation of a Google search that you can. Cheap weed near me, weed store near me, dispensary near me, pot shop near me, pot shop Portland, dispensary Southwest Portland. No matter what you do, you're probably going to get a local Google local pack result. Each one of these is a Google business profile, previously known as Google My Business. And again, this is foundational to getting found here. So due to the privacy of our clients, I'm not going to log into the back end of a real Google business profile, but I want to speak to some of the things that you can do. There are the ability to add in a lot of stuff, everything from in-store shopping to curbside pickup to obviously your address, hours of operation, health and safety, phone number, website, pictures. You can add custom services in the back end. You can add Google Posts, as this business has. This is your main spot to write a description. You get 750 characters for this. You can add products into the back end. You can go crazy. And my recommendation is to add as much comprehensive information as possible. If you can add as many products as you can, do it. If you can write the most descriptive description as possible to go to 749 characters, do it. If you can respond to every single review that anybody ever leaves, do it. Google's looking for active, really Google's job is to populate and show businesses that do what they say they do, located or where they say they're located, and sell what they say they sell. So if you can give all that information in the clearest way possible to Google, instead of just uploading 5 photos of your dispensary, upload 50 photos of your dispensary, upload 100 photos of your dispensary, from individual products that you sell to the outside of the building, multiple photos of the outside of the building. Show a picture of the parking lot. People want to see if you have a parking lot or not, and Google cares about that as well. So the more information that you can add, the more you're giving yourself an opportunity to rank in that Google local pack. That's the first mistake. The second mistake that people make is they don't list out all of the products and all of the information as comprehensively as possible within their website. So I'll give you a quick example of a dispensary that's not doing this the best way that they can. So this is a local dispensary here in Portland, and it's relatively small. You can see that they've got a menu. When you go to that menu, it actually takes you to the Leafly menu. Now, Google does something called link following. Google does follow links, meaning that Google's bots will actually attempt to, in a way, click on this link and see where it goes. And so it'll put together that it's got a menu, but that menu is not living on the site. So if possible, integrating your menu into the website, sharing the fact that you have indica, sativa, hybrids, gummies, joints, all of those different things is giving yourself the best opportunity to rank. Have a page about your pricing, have a page about your dispensary, have a page about where you're located, embed your Google map, share directions. You can add, and within a Google map, you can create directions. So you can create a directional page that says our dispensary is located in downtown Portland. If you're coming from Northeast Portland, here's a map with directions. If you're coming from Southeast Portland, here's a map with directions. If you're coming from Beaverton, here's a map with directions. It sounds silly, but the more comprehensive information that you can add to your site, the better opportunity you're giving yourself. Google cares about comprehensiveness. Google released some documentation about kind of SEO best practices. It's a 170-ish page document. And within that document, Google uses the word comprehensive 32 times. In relation to the content on your website, it should be comprehensive. Getting to comprehensiveness, that's mistake number 3, is that dispensaries don't create enough content on their website. Any possible question that your target audience has would be a great topic for content on your website. And when it comes to cannabis, there's more content than you have the opportunity to create about every strain, about the type of high that you get from smoking a joint versus smoking out of a pipe, right? Like, people might have these questions. So there's endless content. And what that does, again, is Google cares about comprehensiveness. The more content your website has compared to a competitor, you're just sending additional signals to Google. And Google picks up that stuff because some person out there might be searching for something crazy. Dispensaries with CBD gummies that are hybrid gummies, right? Like, people have these long tail queries, and the more content that you have on your website, the more Google pulls from and says, okay, you've talked about gummies, you've talked about CBD gummies, you've talked about all of these different things. I'm going to potentially rank your dispensary over the competitor down the street. The final thing is that dispensaries usually don't have a repeatable process for SEO. They say, if you were to ask a dispensary how their SEO performance is going, they likely have no clue. They don't track the data, and they don't have a repeatable process. If they're not working with an SEO company, usually SEO means let's change the website a little bit. Let's just change the homepage. Let's add some additional products to our website. And while those things are technically beneficial for SEO, they're not repeatable. They're not tracking, the performance of implementing those things. And so that's a huge final mistake that dispensaries get wrong. So to reiterate, you've got that dispensaries do not fill out their Google business profile in detail. They don't properly add as much information about products to their website. They don't create enough content for their website. And then they don't have a repeatable, trackable SEO campaign. Again, this is Joey Randazzo. I'm the owner of SEO Growth Partners. And thanks for watching.